This is our presentation on the ethics of big data. I'm Emily. We have Will here, Russell, Aaron, and Wesley. Big data is a large volume of structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data that has the potential to be mined for information and used in machine learning projects and other advanced analytics applications. Oftentimes, big data is characterized by the 3 V's: volume, velocity, and variety. Volume describes the high volumes of unstructured data. It ranges from Twitter data feeds to tens of terabytes of data. Velocity is known as how fast the data is received. Lastly, variety is the many types of data that are available. This ranges from text to audio to videos. The origins of data go back to the 1960s and 70s when the first data centers were developing their databases. Around 2005, however, companies started to realize what value and competitive edge big data gave them and started using Facebook and YouTube to generate large amounts of data. Companies such as Hadoop were also starting to form, which made big data easier to work with and cheaper to store. When looking at the benefits of big data, product development is a large one. Big data allows companies to build predictive models for new products and services by looking at the key parts in old models that worked and the new information gathered. A company that really excels in this is Procter & Gamble. They know which of their customers around the world engage with each of their marketing campaigns and who their loyal customers are. They actually created a website called Pampers Village for their diaper brand that offers advice, coupons, and samples for women's pregnancy and babies as they grow up. Another key benefit is its predictive maintenance. Big data tracks when products are made, their parts, and what machine made them. Along with knowing this, data also tells us when errors occur and tracks their censoring. By knowing this information, mistakes can be accounted for and corrected before it becomes costly and extensive amounts of time are wasted. The customer experience is something big data does a great job of helping businesses create. By knowing what people are posting on social media, their likes and dislikes, companies are able to position their company towards potential customers and help them bring more people through their doors.
So while big data has been incredibly helpful, it also has brought up a number of issues. 3 of the main areas of concern include privacy, security, and discrimination. So as far as privacy goes, when the Fourth Amendment was ratified in 1791, it was to give U.S. citizens the reasonable expectation of privacy. But obviously back then, the Founding Fathers had no way of knowing what the internet would bring and how out in the public eye people's information would become. And those are just some typical complications of the 21st century that the Constitution doesn't really account for. Then security, as big data has increased, it's exposed more and more people and more data to potential security breaches. And many companies have had struggles with data before, and Aaron's going to touch on a few of those, but now they're kind of drowning in it. And the other problem is they just don't have enough data security professionals to know what to do. So there is an information security program here at Lipscomb, so hopefully some of the graduates here can kind of help out with that problem. And then lastly, discrimination has also become a bit of an issue. Because we know everything about everybody, companies could theoretically discriminate against people based on their data. And while most consumers understand that they're being analyzed in greater detail and that hopefully adds up to a better experience for them, there's still the potential there that they could get left out for maybe a loan or something like that based on their data. And there are some things to protect the consumer. There's the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and then also the Federal Trade Commission has done some work too to help protect businesses and consumers alike from discrimination. But unfortunately, there's really no easy answer at the moment, although Will is going to talk about one solution that may lie in big data itself. And the other part of the problem is that the ethics side of the equation is that ethics are so open to interpretation. One company's ethics might be completely different from another's, and there's a whole bunch of different ethical theories people subscribe to, including utilitarianism, virtue ethics, social contract theory. Others might be rooted in Christianity or something else. So what is ethical is really up to each individual person a lot of times, and that answer may vary depending on who you talk to. So really the challenge for companies is how can we please everyone, how can we please our customers, while also meeting our business needs and using this data to our advantage.
Examples. Have you ever been scrolling through your Instagram and noticed that you've seen an ad of something you were recently talking about? Maybe you were talking about that trip to Mexico you were going to make on spring break. Or maybe you're talking about the Downy laundry detergent that you just ran out. Well, this is an effect of big data. So what the process is companies can, if your Siri or microphone is enabled, companies can use those cookies to send you ads on any social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. An example, a real life example of this is in the last year, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook have been put on trial for the misuse of data. They were letting third parties access the users' data, which kind of infringed on the copyrights, and all the users felt objectified by their actions. Another example is a teenage girl was looking at diapers and baby products online. Target gathered her cookies and sent her coupons in the mail. Her parents found the coupons and asked her about it, and they found out she was pregnant, all through a company looking at the cookies of what she was looking at online. What has this world come to? This is just a few examples of what big data can do.
I will be finishing out talking about some potential solutions. So, to start, the good news about the solutions is there are several different options. In our group's opinion, the first and best option is just for businesses to have good ethics. We believe that an ethical business is a good business. And so what this looks like is, like Russell was saying earlier, ethics can be gray, like there's not always a line in between right and wrong, but when it comes to big data, there is definitely a knowledge on businesses' parts that they are gathering data that people don't know they're gathering. For example, a lot of companies hide behind fine print and a lot of words, and so they will get people to either sign up saying that the company can use their data, or they'll just check a box or something that gives the company all the rights to use their data, and that's not good ethics because the business knows that the person doesn't know exactly what they're going to be doing with their data, and so a lot of that does fall on the business, but a good amount does also fall on the public to be more educated and to understand what they're signing over, but there just needs to be a balance struck. Another solution, which was brought to us by Bernard Marr on Forbes.com, is for us as a society just to understand big data more. Big data is constantly evolving and growing, and if you think about what it was like over 100 years ago, they couldn't have even imagined where it got, so it is hard to anticipate. But as a society, if we can understand and be able to guess where it's going next, we might be able to solve some of these problems. Across the world, especially in Europe right now, they're researching big data a lot and trying to come up with laws and regulations that are already going to help solve a lot of the problems that are coming. And soon these solutions will be coming to America. But overall, big data is just a thing that's probably here to stay. And so in all facets of society, we just need to look into it, be educated, and then we should hopefully be able to solve a lot of problems. But big data can also be a very good thing. This has been our project, and we hope we kept you awake. Thank you so much.